Gentlemen, the battlefield has been set for St. Louis, Missouri. The lines have been drawn in the sand, and the road to SummerSlam has begun. We are now on the Battleground, and we are running full force towards this Sunday at the Scotts Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri for WWE Battleground!
Why can't all the promos that are going up to the pay-per-view be like that?
Hey, we can only afford to be epic like so often. Otherwise, it's like how Ambrose can only go total crazy some of the time because otherwise it just like peters out and you get used to it.
Well, there's good old crazy Ambrose doing his crazy shtick that he always does every fucking week.
Now, what's this hothead doing?
Oh my God! What's Jon Moxley doing in the Impact Zone?
Jon Moxley would not show up in the Impact Zone. He has standards.
Anyway, yes, this is the cast for WWE's next pay-per-view Battleground. That's Nikki.
I'm Toon.
That's Toon. And that's me. And then
Bobby's here somewhere, but he's not talking much. He's like our Barrett.
Bobby, he's the guy that does the graphics and is our official fourth Haymaker. He is hanging out in our Skype call right now, making my life a little bit easier, which is cool. Big ups to Bobby for that.
Yeah, Bobby!
Yeah. Anyway, this pay-per-view is one of those pay-per-views that, like, everybody always says it's one of the B pay-per-views because it's not Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, or Survivor Series. So not a lot of people are expecting things from this. However, this card is set to, I mean, I'm looking at this card and I'm like, yeah, this can really set up some good stuff for SummerSlam. So I think they're trying to make this pay-per-view a little bit more important than normal to try and hype up SummerSlam. But we'll have to wait and see.
And on top of that, there's some big stuff going on just in this one. Like, it's not just build-up. Like, this is like Lesnar's first show back since WrestleMania. We're finally getting Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, which is actually turning out to be a pretty semi-decent rivalry. There's a lot going on, and there's a couple of other like rumors going around that could make Battleground, or that could turn Battleground into one of the surprise shows of the year.
Yeah, we should probably say that with the Divas match right now, we're not sure how that's turning out because they did some pretty epic, NXT ladies invasion and on
God.
Raw, which honestly I don't recall the last time I marked out for like a diva in like forever.
Okay, I just posted a video on the Haymakers on this channel about my fantasy book for WrestleMania 32, and in it I talked about the Divas thing, and holy fuck, that was, oh my, by the time Sasha Banks came out, I was crying. Like, that was just about perfect.
The other thing that we should mention is that Ryback is not going to be defending his Intercontinental Championship against Miz and Big Show. It turns out he has staph infection.
Yep,
so
that's pretty serious business, so I'll go ahead and sit him out for this one. But it's kind of...
Payback is a bitch! Ha ha! Payback is a bitch! Payback is a bitch!
This isn't Payback, this is Battleground.
Payback is a bitch! Payback is a bitch! That's what we like to call karma.
But yeah.
It's kind of interesting though that they're not just having the match be between the Miz and Big Show for the now they're not having him vacate the title. So
thank God, because that would really suck.
Yeah, that would be like the third time in the last 5 people who've held the Intercontinental title that they've had him vacated. But yeah,
dude, the belt is cursed. It is so cursed right now.
So we're gonna kick things off with the pre-show match. And it is gonna, oh great, it's this again. It's R-Truth versus King Barrett, but they've decided to add a stipulation upon it. It's for the King of the Ring crown.
Suck it, JBL! It is on the line this time!
Alright, so how many times have we seen this match in the last 3 months?
Approximately 709.
I've seen this happen so many times, and it seems like just recently Barrett finally got a win. And other than that, R-Truth has been kicking his ass with the whole fucking King What's Up thing. Now, I admit this was kind of funny at first, and I thought, hey, Barrett's going to beat him, and then, he's going to be on his way, hopefully doing something better. But no, he's still feuding with R-Truth, and he's still losing.
Well, the thing is, in a couple of weeks ago, they've started to have Barrett build up a little bit of a role by having him beat just people who don't matter at all in the WWE. Like they had him beat Zack Ryder and they had him beat Jack Swagger, and like they're just setting him up to kind of mean something again. But he is so lower mid card at this point.
Yeah, which is really unfortunate too, because I thought Barrett winning King of the Ring would give him something to do, would probably push him up towards the title again. But it seems that since he's gotten King of the Ring, nothing has really been working in his favor.
I've said it before, but it's just the most boring King of the Ring run that there's been. Like Barrett does nothing for the title of King of the Ring. So that's what makes this match a little bit interesting. By making it for the crown, like they could pass it off to Truth, who seems to have committed more to the King gimmick than the guy who won the fucking King of the Ring tournament.
The guy with the Burger King crown is more legitimate than the one with the actual crown.
Oh, give him the Burger King crown instead of the actual crown if he wins this match, please. Please, that would be hilarious.
To be fair, the actual crown, it doesn't look that great either. It looks like they got it at a fucking dime store.
I know, or a fucking Chuck E. Cheese or whatever.
All right, so who we calling for this one?
I like Truth in this one. I want to see him win. I want to see him run his King What's Up for a while. Have JBL shut the fuck up about he's not a real king, Muggle. And then they can hit the reset button on Wade Barrett and figure out something to do with him, because he was over as fuck like 15 months ago, back when he was doing I Got Some Bad News For You, and now he's one of the least interesting guys on the roster.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I think R-Truth should get this, give him the crown, give him something fun to do, because Barrett, they've tried over and over and over with him, and even though he was starting to get over, at the same time, he really wasn't. He's just not like as entertaining or as relevant as I think he was when he first started. And even then, he seemed like he's had a hard time struggling to find what works. He's done so many different theme songs. He's gone through different stables. He's gone through tag teams. He's done pretty much everything, and he's still kind of there. He's just been drifting through the mid card. So I think what's best is that they probably just put him back to Bad News and whatnot, drop the whole King thing, and give it to R-Truth.
I agree. I'm for R-Truth as well. Bad News Barrett needs to start doing the bad news thing again. It doesn't matter whether crowds cheer for him or not. The fact of the matter is we like it, so why take it away from us? Why would you do that?
Because WWE likes to tease us. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if like King Barrett wins with just like, fuck you. We can move on to the next thing. Now he's going to actually be good or something, and then he just ends up jobbing again.
My man R-Trizzle.
When I climb that ladder and retrieve the Money in the Bank briefcase, but you're not even in the match. I'm
Still
not.
Still funniest shit ever.
That was amazing. My bad, New Orleans. I'm sorry.
That's on me. That out of
the
like
other reason why they should have him win this title, because R-Truth has legitimately been the funniest guy in the WWE since Santino retired. Like,
I was just about to say,
great.
He's filled Santino's shoes as like, the big comedy guy.
Yeah, so give him something to reward him for his efforts.
I would have to agree there. Next match.
Next match is Randy Orton versus Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheamus.
Yeah, I'm sawing logs over here too, man. This... Okay. Sheamus, we all hate him. He's a good wrestler. But we all hate him. And the reasons are numerous and obvious. Randy Orton has been getting boring since WrestleMania. Ever since WrestleMania, he's just kind of gotten more uninteresting and more boring. And I think it's because they don't have anything for Randy Orton to really do. Like, if they have a clear objective for Orton, he's one of the most entertaining guys on the roster, but there is no clear direction other than Sheamus. But it's fucking Sheamus, so why should we care? Seriously, the best part about Sheamus is the first minute, because his entrance is cool. Once his entrance is over, I'm just like, no. Get him off my screen, please.
And on top of that, like, they've had Orton and Sheamus fight. Like, this isn't the first time they've gone at each other, and they just don't work together. They don't have chemistry together. They suck competing against each other. I don't want to see another Orton Sheamus match for as long as I live. I am so done with their shit.
The only way they really could have made this match interesting is if it was for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Then I would probably care, because at that point I'd be like, oh, thank God, get him off Sheamus, please.
And put it on Orton?
Well,
why not?
If Orton won, if that was the case, if Orton won that, then he could probably fight Lesnar if Lesnar wins tonight or whatever. But
Orton will probably fight Lesnar at some point either way.
Even so, look. Randy Orton, I would love Randy Orton to take the Money in the Bank briefcase off of Sheamus, if only so it's off of Sheamus. Name a wrestler on the WWE roster right now, and I will say I want them to take the Money in the Bank off of Sheamus.
Give me a minute. I want to try and think of one.
Kevin Owens?
Fuck, I would love Money in the Bank on Owens.
I think the push would be a bit too strong, but yeah, I'd prefer that. All right, I would prefer Neville to take it off, R-Truth to take it off, one of the members of the Ascension. I honestly...
whatever his name is, Victor.
Honestly, I don't care. Just get it off of Sheamus. I've said before...
Paul Heyman.
That would be great. I've said before, though, that I think the main purpose for Sheamus having the briefcase is so A, he can lose it, or B, he'll fail a cash-in. I think that's Sheamus's purpose right now, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
He's being built up to fail, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't like that. But in any case, as far as the match goes, Randy Orton or Sheamus, God, it's gotta be Orton. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah. I'm not really seeing what Sheamus really has to gain. Like, really, I'm not even seeing what either one of these guys has to gain from winning this rivalry. It's just such a nothing rivalry.
They're not fighting over anything. It just so happens that, oh, Sheamus beat me up a while ago, so now I'm having my revenge. That's a boring as fuck storyline. And we've seen that happen so many times. You don't offer anything creative towards it. You don't have anything like an actual story. You just have, oh, he beat me up, I want revenge. The whole revenge thing, come on. I think we've seen these two fight so many times. We see him fought over a title, and even then it was over, oh, you beat me up, I want to get my revenge on you. It's the same thing, but without a title. And without a title, it makes it even more boring and less relevant. So, Calcos, did you say Orton?
Yeah, I think right now, what they need to do after this is they need to give Randy Orton a plot line where he's forced to choose. Right now, he's the ultimate tweener. He's not bad, he's not good, he's somewhere in between. They need to give him a plot line like what they did with Rob Van Dam in 2001, where he has to make a choice between one thing or the other thing, depending on how it goes. Like, he might have to choose between... there's a bunch of possibilities that they could do, but they need to do that kind of plot line with Orton, and they need to do that immediately after Sheamus is, like, kicked to the curb and just forget about him, so that way Orton can become relevant again. So yes, I say Orton, and I want them to move on.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my mind and pick Sheamus just because, like, just so that if and when he does cash in, then he looks like somebody who could actually be competitive against the person who's the champion at that point. Because, like, I'm worried that if they just kind of let him lose and lose and lose and then cash in, then it's going to, like, he's not going to win then.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Sheamus for those reasons as well. I think that if they're going to start doing something with Sheamus, they should not have him be in this feud with Orton. Have Sheamus win, end the feud. Randy Orton goes off to do his own thing. Sheamus goes off to do his own thing. Worst case scenario, we get a rematch at SummerSlam for the briefcase or whatever. But I don't want to see these two end up in, like, a long month feud or whatever. Just end it here. Sheamus wins.
Yeah.
Besides, what does Orton have to gain from winning?
Congratulations, you get absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
But Sheamus doesn't gain much either. The thing is that nobody really gains anything. If Sheamus loses, what the fuck ever, he still has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he's likely not cashing it until at least Night of Champions. And then you have Randy Orton, who gains absolutely nothing from this other than he's finally out of this stupid-ass feud.
So in all reality, Orton would be the biggest winner of this because he's out of this bullshit.
Yeah.
All in agreement then that this ends their feud and they can move on?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Next up is the Primetime Players defending their championship against the New Day. Okay, I want to say that giving the titles to the Primetime Players is probably a smart thing because the New Day doesn't need the titles to be obnoxious or like overly overly heel or getting heel heat or whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, they don't need the tag team titles. I think one of them should get a singles title. Now, I think at some point they should always be in a title picture, whether it's for the tag team titles or one of the 3 singles championships at some point, especially if you have the Freebird rule, because that means that, like, say, Big E wins the Intercontinental Championship, assuming Ryback has to vacate it. Let's say that happens, and Big E's gets beat up backstage or whatever by his future opponent. Well, guess what? Now Xavier Woods defends the title because technically he has it because of Freebird rules. That is cool and interesting. So I believe that New Day
Freebird rules work for singles titles? Because I thought that was just a tag team title thing.
No. They can always change it. I mean, that's why a lot of people were billing on Kofi Kingston winning the Money in the Bank briefcase because Freebird rules for that. So I do think that they should go after this. They should go after a singles title, whether they win this match or lose it.
Put them in the IC title hunt, then, I think. But then who does it leave the Primetime Players to face? Like, wait, are we all in agreement that Primetime Players, like, retains?
No, we are not.
Oh, you're going to say New Day, really? Again?
Yeah. I think New Day wins, and then that gives them the opportunity to feud with some other tag team and build them up. Because right now, like, the tag team division, like, we were really hyped about the tag team division around Elimination Chamber, but let's really think about this for a minute. How many impressive tag teams are there?
Right now, there's actually, because of the injuries, there's only 4 tag teams left.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like the New Day, the Primetime Players, the Ascension, the Lucha Dragons,
and like, Macho Mandow and Axelmania. That's
they
5.
Haven't competed together. Like,
yeah, that's okay. Okay, so you actually have 6 teams because you have the Matadors. So
like 5 and a third.
Technically speaking, though, there's only 3 legit tag teams now.
Exactly. So you give it back to the New Day and have them build up one of the other tag teams. Maybe they finally do pull the trigger and do something with Macho Mandow and Axel. Maybe they have a thing against the Lucha Dragons at SummerSlam.
Enzo and Cass.
I would so much prefer that it's Primetime Players that do that. That way the New Day can move on. They've already been tag team champions. They don't need it again. The New Day should be moving on and going against someone else.
I can buy that, and I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, the New Day are like the most interesting thing in the tag team division right now, and I don't want that to go away.
I don't think that's going to go away because no matter what, they're going to somehow find a way to sneak onto the show, be obnoxious, do their thing. They're still going to be there, no matter what.
Oh, I'm saying that, but I just don't want them out of the tag team division because right now the tag team division is kind of barren.
No. They should absolutely not leave the tag team division. But keep in mind, there's 3 of them. One of them can have a singles title with Freebird rules, and the other 2 can be a tag team of their own. And that can switch off, so that keeps them active.
So why can't they be both the Intercontinental Champion and the Tag Team Champion?
Because they just had the Tag Team Champion, and the pattern is that they're rotating the Tag Team Championship between tag teams, so that way everybody has it at least once. And there's still one more team at this point that's active and that's legit that doesn't have it, and that's the Lucha Dragons. They're next in line.
Yeah, I just feel like a rivalry between the Lucha Dragons versus the New Day would be a little bit more interesting than the Lucha Dragons versus the Primetime Players.
You never know.
So
I'm going with primetime players myself. I do think that they are retaining.
As am I.
I'll take the New Day.
Next match, oh, this is going to be good. John Cena versus Kevin Owens, but finally, the United States Championship is going to be on the line. I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to get another match between these two, and I think that's freaking great.
Yes, I don't mind. They can have a match per month for the next 5 years, and I will always be entertained. These two work so well together. Wow, I haven't seen this chemistry between Cena since Punk. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I'm very, very happy that they brought Owens up as quickly as they did, because this is awesome.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Like, Kevin Owens is, like, they just work. Every time they're in the ring together, you can feel tension between the two. Like, they are selling this story so well between Cena and Owens, and it is great.
Is it weird that I care more about this storyline than I do the storyline for the main championship?
No, it's not weird. Not at all.
Okay, then good. Because I really love this storyline. I love what they're doing with it. I love the talking. I love the match interruptions. I love the two matches they've had thus far are absolutely amazing. I think Kevin Owens does a great job of bringing out the best in Cena. Cena pulled out a fucking new move that I've never seen him do before, just for the sake of beating Kevin Owens. And I thought that was great because Kevin Owens is able to make others adapt to him. Owens is a beast, and I think that's really cool what they're doing with him, with this character, with what he's doing right now. So I'm going to say that Owens wins this. I'm going to say he takes the championship off of Cena, and they'll probably have that one last match at SummerSlam in some kind of stipulation, whether it's a no-holds-barred match or no DQ or no count-out, something like that. It's going to be that Kevin Owens is going to win here. They'll have their final match at SummerSlam, the fourth match, and then, they move on to other stuff, and Owens will retain that.
Yeah, I think Owens can win clean here, the United States Championship, and if they have a match with a no DQ, no count-out kind of stipulation at SummerSlam, then Owens can win dirty, because he's already won clean twice. A dirty finish just makes things a lot more interesting at that point. Not to mention, a Cena screw-over doesn't upset me so much because Kevin Owens has already proven himself, and because at that point, assuming we're correct in that Kevin Owens wins, and it's practically 100% at this point, it means that Cena has odds to overcome, and it's legitimate. It's not just marketing and match hype. It's legit. As far as the booking goes, Cena has obstacles that he must face in Kevin Owens, and that is great.
When was the last time Cena actually had odds to overcome?
Too many odds.
With Rusev. I was going to say definitely not with Rusev.
No way. That was a mess and a half.
We all knew what was going to happen here, but with Kevin Owens, really, I think anything could happen at this point, and that's really great about it.
I agree. But
still taking Owens.
Yeah.
I'm taking Owens too. This is gold right here. It's doing wonders for Owens. It's doing wonders for Cena. Cena with the open challenge is doing wonders for people like Cesaro. Cesaro, I honestly do believe that it is finally going to be his time. Once Cena loses the championship, it's very possible that Owens will hold it for a while and then Cesaro will be the one to take it off of him. I don't like that as much as Cesaro taking the World Heavyweight Championship because he's ready for the main event scene. He is ready for that belt. But we'll have to wait and see. Cesaro's proven his worth now.
And on top of that, if Cesaro is the guy who takes the title off of Owens, then he's the guy who beat Cena's United States title run.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Brock Lesnar. The person that beats Brock Lesnar is the person that beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Which, should be Cesaro. There, that's what I'm looking for. That should be Cesaro.
Can I just say, though, that Cesaro's match with Cena that went on for 35 minutes on Raw was a gem and a half?
Yeah.
Yes! That was great!
I thought I was watching a pay-per-view for a second, like, wait, what? Okay.
You
cool.
were watching
Holy shit.
for a half hour. You were watching a free pay-per-view with advertisements. It was awesome. Like when I watch Monday Night Raw, that is what I'm looking for. And
oh my God, that match was a match of the year contender.
Like this pay-per-view, the thing is that I'm actually really looking forward to Battleground as a whole because this week's Raw on Monday was a very solid Raw that did its job perfectly to sell the pay-per-view, not just the main event, but the whole thing, everything. It's
even built up matches that haven't even been announced yet.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
They've got to do something with the Divas. Like they've gotta.
I think they'll save it for SummerSlam, to be honest. I think the thing is that the NXT Divas division raid on Monday Night Raw, I mean, that was just this week. It's too soon. They need to build it for SummerSlam, I think. They could do something with the Divas at Battleground. We don't know at this point as of time of recording, because SmackDown is airing while we're recording this. No, we don't watch SmackDown.
That's what Bobby's here for.
Yeah, that's what Bobby's here for.
No, but the thing is, though, with Cena and Owens, first off, Nikki, what do you think? You said Owens, right?
Yeah, Owens.
Okay, and I said Owens as well. Great thing about this is that if Kevin Owens wins this, where he goes from here could be anywhere. He's got the mic skills to go up against just about anybody. And Cena, well, if Cena loses, freaking well, he'll probably find something else to do. Oh, he'll probably just say, "Oh yeah, what was I doing defending the United States Championship? Hey, Vince, can I be in the WWE title picture again for no reason against Brock Lesnar? Yay!" Or against Rollins or whatever.
No, I think they might.
About that. Remember last time you were in the ring with Lesnar?
No, I think they might have him go after the Intercontinental Championship and basically do the same thing with that. Just sans the open challenge. I honestly think that the open challenge stipulation should be a U.S. title stipulation, because what Cena was doing with that was great, and it elevated the United States title above the Intercontinental Championship for the first time ever. I think that should be a U.S. title thing, where the person holding it needs to wrestle a championship match every single week on Raw.
Makes sense to me.
Not to mention that you can elevate people, because one thing that I was hoping with Cena before the whole Kevin Owens thing happened is that down the line he would lose the U.S. title on a random episode of Raw clean to an up-and-coming babyface. That's what I was hoping for. That's not happening. What we're getting in its place is just as good, but I'm hoping that they do take that stipulation and carry it on with Kevin Owens and eventually make it a permanent stipulation, because stuff like that can still happen. And we don't get championship changes on Raw anymore. We don't get them. So, and we need more. We need reasons to watch Raw, and championship and title changes is definitely one of those things that should be happening on free television every so often.
Agreed.
Right.
Next match is Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Before we even get into this, I just want to say, having not Roman Reigns win Money in the Bank is incredibly fucking stupid, because what does Roman Reigns get instead? This. I don't know what this is between him and Wyatt. It got to very stupid levels of... It feels more like Kane would do this than Wyatt, but it's just... I don't like where this is going.
No, I have to disagree. I actually like this. I mean, Bray, for his last couple of feuds, like Ryback and The Undertaker, he's been struggling for legitimate reasons to feud with somebody, but this time, he has a legit reason. Roman Reigns cost him a shot at the Money in the Bank briefcase. Bray Wyatt is angry. He wants his revenge. He costs Roman Reigns his shot at the briefcase at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and so Roman Reigns is angry at Bray Wyatt. It's simple, it's old school, and it makes perfect sense for this to happen. This feud has actually been pretty good. It's not legendary, but it's good. And there's something very important that needs to happen in this match. One, Bray Wyatt needs to win clean. That is important. If he's going to be the new face of fear, and if he's going to retire The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32, and if he's going to go on to do great things, he needs clean wins. Two, Roman Reigns needs the opposite. He needs a clean loss. They need to prove that Roman Reigns is not an infallible Superman, which means that every so often he needs to eat pins. He needs to eat them. They got to happen. So that needs to happen. And so for that case, I'm going to go against the grain and say Bray Wyatt wins.
I want to agree with you so bad. Like, I want to say that this is, like, you're on the right track here, because you've got solid reasoning, but this is Roman Reigns we're talking about, and he's still booked like a god. So, take Reigns.
I can see where Nikki's coming from. On one hand, Reigns has really not been doing well. He hasn't gotten anything major to do since WrestleMania. He's been kind of just floating around. Oh, yeah, I did the thing with Big Show. Whoop-de-doo. Now what do I do? This is his first feud, I think, in a while that people are starting to care about. But I still think this shouldn't have happened. But on Calcos' side, Wyatt needs something. He needs to win. He needs to start looking good again. So, and it's really, someone's going to win here, someone's going to lose here. I know that's the obvious thing, but both of these guys need something. They need either a feud that's going to help both of them look good, whether it's a win or a loss, or one of them just needs to walk away and just go do their own thing. And I hope they don't do that to Wyatt, because if honestly, out of these two, I think Wyatt's going to win. And it's not because I'm going against Roman Reigns. I think Wyatt wins because it'll make more sense for him. It'll give him something more to do. Reigns has plenty of time to just do whatever he wants. So Wyatt has a chance to, I guess, work on his whole spookiness, new face of fear thing. And yeah, I think he will win clean here.
Let me ask you something. Is that match between Lesnar and Reigns, is that like set in any sort of, like, I heard rumor that it might be happening at SummerSlam. Is there any legitimacy to that?
Not that I know of, but oh wait, okay. I think I see where you're coming from there. Like Reigns wins, Lesnar loses, Reigns faces Rollins, Reigns takes the title off Rollins. Whoop de fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I see what they're doing with. You know what? I'm gonna switch it to Reigns. Never mind.
No, I'm still going with Bray Wyatt. They need to build him, and they need to cool Reigns off, specifically with wins. They need to prove that he's not invincible, because that's the same problem that Cena had. Cena had, for the longest time, the fact that he was completely infallible. He would shrug off beatdowns. He would constantly win all the time. And whenever he lost, it was always completely unclean, so he always had an excuse to say, oh, well, he didn't really beat me, and then he'd come back and beat him. And they can't make that same mistake. I know, I'm probably completely wrong on this, but I have to stick with Wyatt. I have no other choice.
My only problem with that is I don't know if they've learned their lesson from Cena. Like, Cena made them a shit ton of money.
Well,
so...
given that, A, the audience and the times are changing, and B, Kevin Owens did beat Cena clean already, which was a huge shock, and likely will again this Sunday, maybe they have learned their lesson. The thing is, if they have, if I'm right, then is Wyatt the person to pin Roman Reigns? Is he?
If there is a person to do it, I agree with you. It's Bray. I just don't know if there is.
There's also the other thing is that there could be a rematch at SummerSlam between these two, depending on who wins here. Maybe Wyatt might get a dirty win, and Roman Reigns would be like, oh my god, no, we're facing again. Or Reigns wins, he goes after the title, and then Wyatt's just like, well, fuck, what do I do now?
Oh, you're right.
Or maybe we get Roman Reigns versus Wyatt for the championship. I don't know. It really any way they go with this, someone is going to end up looking not good in the end, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
I like Roman
Wyatt.
Reigns. I like Roman Reigns. I like Bray Wyatt. I can't believe I like Roman Reigns now. He's actually been trying more. But
yeah, he's been legitimately entertaining. His promos aren't so awkward. He's added some really nice move to his repertoire, like the top rope jump that he does, the jump over the top ropes to the sides of the ring. That is a thing of beauty, man. He does a really good job at that for a guy that's 6'6". So, yeah, I'm definitely getting more sold on Roman Reigns. I would just really, really like him to have a mid-card title.
I think
that would be
wise,
great.
giving him the Intercontinental or United States or something.
But yeah, I do want to change my answer. I think I'm going to go with Bray, if only for the fact that he might have a dirty finish and then the rematch at SummerSlam. Because, like,
I hate that booking. That's so dumb.
It is dumb, but, like, this is...
WWE's been known to do dumb booking.
Yeah, that is definitely true. But on top of that, this feels too big to be a one and done. Like, it's Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. These are two names that we should be, like, impressed by. Like, I don't know if they would just have that be one match and done.
We really should be impressed by these. Roman Reigns main evented WrestleMania this year. Bray Wyatt faced The Undertaker. Now it just feels like these two didn't really do that. They're just fighting each other. There should be more importance behind that.
I think this match is planting seeds for something bigger down the road. Whether if Bray Wyatt wins clean, it plants seeds. If Roman Reigns wins, it plants seeds. If Bray Wyatt wins unclean, it plants seeds. I think that this is just a link match for something that's going to happen at SummerSlam and beyond for these two. Because both Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt need work. They both need work and lots of it. So, the outcome of this match is pretty important for the future.
Now we come to the main event, and I think this match is going to be pretty good no matter what happens. Seth Rollins defends his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Brock Lesnar.
I cannot wait for Brock Lesnar to throw around Seth Rollins like a living rag doll. Oh my God, I can't wait.
And here's the best part. Seth Rollins has no one left. He's got fucking no one. Kane is done. J&J is dead. Like, Triple H would probably just as soon feed him to Brock. Like, Seth is on his own for the first time ever in the WWE. Even going all the way back through the Shield. This is the first...
well, no, if you count his ladder match.
They could have...
Count the ladder match, you know.
They could have interfered at any time, though. This time, there's no reprieve. There's no chance in hell that somebody comes out and goes, hey, Seth, I'm here to save your ass.
You are wrong.
Oh.
Think back to Monday. Think back to Monday Night Raw. Now, imagine yourself as a person that has never seen WWE ever. You're a first-time watcher watching Monday Night Raw, and you watched Paul Heyman's promo. Mm-hmm. What did you learn from Paul Heyman's promo?
That he sweats when he's fat?
No, you dingus. You learned a few things. You learned a few things. 1, you learned that The Undertaker is a god amongst men in the wrestling world. 2, you learned that The Undertaker had a very prominent streak that was broken by his advocate, Brock Lesnar. 3, you learned that Kane is The Undertaker's brother. 4, you learned that Kane used to be cool, but now he's not for reasons. Think about all that. Okay, all of that, hold on, stop. All of that information leads to one person. Who does all of that information revolve around? I do believe that The Undertaker is coming back at Battleground. I believe that The Undertaker is coming back at Battleground, and he's going to have one final run as a frequent part-timer, mind you. One final run before retiring at WrestleMania 32. This is going to be his last hurrah, and it starts this Sunday. That is what I truly believe.
I honestly can believe it too. An Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam would be a huge, huge moneymaker.
I've been trying to think of somebody who would fill in the blank if there was going to be if Reigns wasn't going to be the guy to face Lesnar at SummerSlam, and if it's Taker, then okay.
That right there, no, that right there sells network subscriptions.
Indeed.
Not even kidding. If The Undertaker can beat Lesnar, that would be huge. I don't like that. I don't exactly like it. The Undertaker lost. I don't think he should be the one to beat Lesnar. But for your casual viewer, that is something that they would pay to see. So, yeah, I absolutely believe that The Undertaker is coming back at Battleground. There's going to be a dirty finish. Seth Rollins retains, loses the championship at SummerSlam to someone, but The Undertaker versus Lesnar, the rematch, is happening in August. It's happening. This is what I firmly believe. That Seth Rollins is retaining, The Undertaker is coming back. And nothing anybody can say can take that away from me. The clues are... everything just connects. It fits together way too easily.
I would honestly have to agree at this rate. I think Seth Rollins wins. Doesn't matter how. Rollins is going to retain. He's going to keep the championship on until SummerSlam, and he'll probably lose it there.
Which, honestly, I do not like at all.
If he doesn't lose it at SummerSlam, he's losing it at Survivor Series.
No, he'd probably have to lose it at Night of Champions. But what I mean is, have you seen the pattern that the WWE World Heavyweight Championship has been going through lately? Have you seen that pattern?
You mean the one where it only changes hands at SummerSlam and WrestleMania?
That's been happening since WrestleMania 29, 2.5 years ago. The title only changes hands at WrestleMania and SummerSlam. WrestleMania 29, John Cena gets it from The Rock. SummerSlam, Daniel Bryan gets it from John Cena. Randy Orton steals it. December, championships are linked. Randy Orton has the full championship. WrestleMania, Randy Orton drops it to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan vacates it. John Cena grabs it. John Cena loses it to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 2014. 2015, Roman Reigns and Lesnar have a match. Seth Rollins steals it from Lesnar. And Seth Rollins has had it ever since.
So SummerSlam, Rollins loses it.
I hate this pattern. They need to stop doing that. They can't.
Which is why I say fuck the pattern. That this is ending tonight. Brock Lesnar wins and kicks the living shit out of Seth Rollins. Taker shows up anyway and goes, motherfucker, I want a match against you at SummerSlam for the title, and they have that match at SummerSlam. Seth Rollins goes off to face Triple H at SummerSlam. Bray Wyatt goes against Roman Reigns. There you go. That's how I'm setting this up.
Why would they give Lesnar the championship? Why does he need it?
Here's what I think is going to happen. Because I read a report, I haven't said that in a while. I read a report that what they've been planning for quite some time is Seth Rollins versus Triple H. So I think the best place for them to do this is at SummerSlam. Seth Rollins retains at Battleground. Some stuff goes on, starting to build up towards SummerSlam. Seth Rollins defends against Triple H.
But then, that's the thing. Seth Rollins would have to retain.
They could break the pattern there. I think that's what they're going to do. Seth Rollins will be the one to break the pattern.
Why does Seth Rollins still have the fucking thing? Ambrose should have it. Ambrose should have had it.
Reigns should have it at this point.
Anybody but Seth Rollins. I'm getting tired of it, okay? Seth Rollins getting the championship at WrestleMania 31 was one of the greatest things ever. But it's too long. It's too tiring. They can't be afraid to pass the title around a little bit. Because it means that other people just can't get the championship. Remember that dusty finish at Elimination Chamber between Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins? That's wasted. That's gone. Forget about it. I hate that.
So who do you think then, Calcos?
I think Seth Rollins is retaining. Seth Rollins is retaining, or Brock Lesnar wins via DQ, and Seth Rollins retains. But at the end of the day, Seth Rollins is retaining, and I hate that shit, but it's gotta be Seth Rollins.
I think that Brock wins. He holds on to the title until Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series and loses it to Roman Reigns there.
I don't want the title back on Lesnar, though.
Yeah.
It was a fucking mess when he was champion.
Not to mention, if they have a rematch between Lesnar and Undertaker, that means that they're going to have to fight for the championship, and Undertaker's going to have to win it. And that would be a dumber decision.
They booked themselves into a real corner here, didn't they?
Yep. They almost always do.
Yep, they booked themselves into a corner, and it means that Rollins is going to have to retain, and it means that he's going to have to retain until Night of Champions. Their one and only option was to put the title on Ambrose, but they didn't. They refused to put it on him at Money in the Bank when he should have gotten it.
And now he's completely off of the Battleground card.
He's not even... Wait, isn't he?
No,
Oh my
he's
God,
not
he's
on
not
the
even
card.
Anywhere.
I don't believe this shit.
There's still a couple of days until
Then
freaking...
they just throw him on as a
Battleground.
filler match. Come on.
Yeah, I was
No,
about to say, 'cause
did
there
they
isn't-
really? No, I don't want a filler match. All right, fuck filler matches. If they don't have anything for Ambrose right now, that's fine. Just keep him off until you do have something, because they will have something for Ambrose later. They will. They just don't have any ideas yet. When they do, he'll be back.
Better have something good for SummerSlam.
You never know. You don't have to have people that you don't have to have them on all the time, because when you do, they start to get stale because you start to expect them.
Yeah,
So-
especially a character like Ambrose. But even still, like, he was so red hot not like a month ago.
He was, and now, gone.
He really should have been champion, and honestly, it should be... What would have been cool is a triple threat. Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, because Brock Lesnar... See, they could have presented it where Brock Lesnar had a choice. Does he want a rematch for his championship, or does he want to beat the fuck out of Seth Rollins? ¿Por qué no las dos? Why not both?
Yay!
No, now that's just giving me ideas of Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose.
That
My
would have been
boner
good.
can only get so hard.
But I honestly do believe that the person to beat Brock Lesnar, get the legit clean pinfall, should be Cesaro. Because you have the argument that, oh, Daniel Bryan can't beat Lesnar. He's tiny. It's not realistic.
Eddie Guerrero.
I disrespectfully disagree with that. But the other option at this point is Cesaro, because that argument doesn't fly with Cesaro, because Cesaro has a great body build. All right, his build is awesome, and he's a fantastic wrestler that can work with anybody. He should be the one to pin Lesnar clean.
I am 100% down with that.
As am I.
The problem is there's certain other people who aren't.
Yep, The Undertaker.
I hope that Taker appears at Battleground. If he's not going to appear at Battleground, you can be damn sure he will be appearing the night after.
Here's the weird thing, though. Like, at SummerSlam, there's going to be a part-timer competing for the title. It's either going to be Brock, or it's going to be Trips, or it's going to be Taker.
Am I the only one that would one day like for there to be only the current ones fighting for the title, not the part-timers, for the sake of, money and subscription sales and all this stuff? In a perfect world, Ambrose is the champion, Lesnar's just like, bye-bye, Taker's like, bye-bye, Triple H, oh, I'm not even going to fight for the title, fuck it. In a perfect world, Ambrose should be champion.
In a perfect world, they should not be utilizing their part-timers all the goddamn time. In a perfect world, over the last couple of years, they would have built a roster of stars. Right now, they have a roster of wrestlers, but they don't have a roster of stars. That's what they had in the Attitude Era. Even non-wrestling fans knew who the likes of Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, The Rock, Mick Foley, they knew who those people were, and more even, like the tag team division in 2000. They knew who all those people are, even if they never watched wrestling. That's not the case now, and the overutilization of part-timers is the biggest problem. The WWE is basically saying, our product sucks now, so here's some stars from 15 years ago. Yay! They should not be doing that. Roman Reigns should be known the world over, no matter whether you watch wrestling or not. Same should be going for people like Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. They should be known by all these people, but they don't. The only people that everybody knows are the people that only show up once every 6 months. And that is not good.
God, I'm going to be an ass right now. Well, Calcos, right now that out of everybody in the WWE, there's only one person that the world gives a shit about. And his name is John Cena!
as he faces The Undertaker in a spit-swapping makeout match.
Your time is up, my time is now, you can't save me, my time is now. It's a franchise, boy.
I'm sorry, I just had to do that.
Right now, the main event scene is a complete fucking mess. We're gonna have to wait to see if they can fix it, but right now they have dug themselves into a very deep hole. Thankfully, we have at least 2 plot lines right now, Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt and John Cena and Kevin Owens, to keep us busy. At the very least, we have that shit. But as far as the main event scene goes, oh my fucking god, an Undertaker return would be great, but I am very, very nervous. Again, key word that I've said before, nervous about how they're going to use him.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see this Sunday.
Alright, so I'm with Seth Rollins retaining.
As am I.
I'm on Brock taking the title.
Bork.
Bork,
Never
bork, bork.
underestimate the power of the Bork.
Put that on a t-shirt. As that brings us to the end. Well, thank you everybody for listening to this so far. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, put down your predictions for Battleground this Sunday. And from us here, of course, Patreon, Twitter, all that fun stuff. All to our Patreon people who are so awesome. Follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff. We will see you on the next video.
Yeah, if they did put that on a shirt, it still wouldn't be as cool as the one that with the Suplex City sign. It's
Fucking
a cool
love
fucking
Suplex
shirt.
City. That is so great. I love that they turned that into an actual shirt. Word, damn it.
Keep this in.
Learn 2 words.
Learn the words, syllables, and sentences.